Welcome to Yegs and Bacon, a production of Submed Industries.
Ding 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 ding. Do 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 do. Yegs and bacon, gonna see what's shaking, 'cause there ain't no faking here on Yegs and Bacon. Yegs and Bacon.
Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to Yegs and Bacon. My name is Brandon.
My name is Danica.
And that was our opener. Hooray!
Yay! Congratulations to us.
We did it. We conquered.
We conquered. Happy Monday, everybody.
Hell yeah. Very excited for the day. For folks who don't know, Mondays are our Yegs and Bacon show, which is our pop culture and comics news show. So what we like to do is we like to share some news from the week that interested us, that we think might interest you. What we want to know from you is if you heard any cool things that were announced this week that you would like us to talk about, or you would just like other people to know about.
Yes.
So anywhere where you're streaming this, hit up them comments section. If you're here live, we will pop that up. If you're not here live, we might talk about it next time or on one of our other shows. Ooh la la.
Exactly.
Sasufi, incoming, probably.
Oh, I got the spray bottle.
He seems to be aware that I'm aware, so he doesn't want to.
Okay, well, this is part of our podcasting equipment because we have cats, and they.
There we are.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Just waited until I wasn't paying attention. Was staring at me.
Oh,
until I stopped staring at him.
What an absolute butthole. We love him. Anyway, that orange blur was Squee.
Indeed, we have 4 interns.
Yep.
You often see the boys, Squee, big furry orange block of cheddar.
Yep.
Max, a less furry block of marble
cheese.
cheese. The girls, Joy, who's an abyss monster, and Jim, who is an old lady. This is exactly what happened to Andrew.
Yes.
Even just before we started, he was kind of staring, and I was like, "Don't do it," and he walked away. And then right as we started, he came back. Cats, love them. All right, got a few things to talk about this week.
Yep.
Including, I know folks who are reading X-Men now just love it when they announce new X-Men books.
More.
There's gonna be free. Now, I'll tell everybody what I've been telling the X-Men folks. The X-Men have been running 12 books a month almost since the start of Hickman's run. Once they got everything up and running, they filled it out with double shipping. So they are budgeted for 12. When books are announced, some drop off, and others just stop shipping so freaking often. So yes, there's more to follow, but no, you're not actually spending more money if you're a person who's just like, well, I've been buying all of X-Men. Same amount.
It's actually a reasonable thing to say because a lot of people do feel like they're spending more money. But
exactly.
if you let them know that they're not, and they can just continue buying X-Men forever and ever until we all die in the sun death of the planet, then...
Death, baby! Choking on the dust that was once our rivers.
Yay! Read X-Men!
We're an uplifting podcast.
Yes.
Streaming show, pop culture-wise. Anyways, so what's going to end up happening, which actually shows a bit of change to the line, in July, a new title just called X-Men is starting.
No, wait, we already had a title called X-Men.
Ooh, what could that possibly mean?
I don't know. I'm so confused and scared.
The writer for the new X-Men book is Jerry Duggan with art from Pepe Larraz. They will be taking over the X-Men book, which will have apparently the first official X-Men team of the Jonathan Hickman era starring.
Ooh, okay.
So the team, what's being voted on right now.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it that team?
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
So that'll be starting there. What that means is Hickman is not going to be on X-Men, but they've announced a secret book for September that he's writing.
Secret Hickman.
Ooh. And then also in that mix, the new X-Men book starts in July. Hickman's is in September. In between that, in August, like a good old-fashioned X-Men Sando, Leah Williams and Valerio Schiti are taking on also ?
Okay, well, Leah Williams, you've sold me.
Yeah.
You had me at Leah. That's all. That's all I need.
Exactly. It implies a bit of a shift, and honestly, we know that Cable is wrapping up, and there's potential for a couple of the other longer running ones to wrap up and shift over.
Does that mean X Factor is wrapping up?
I don't think so. I think since it's new enough.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
More.
La la. What else we got here? Do you got anything?
I have one, but you've probably got it. I definitely thought this
Ooh.
was the biggest news, and if these pop-up ads stopped popping up,
I can yes and it actually. So
yeah, cool. So I found an article by Chris Arendt on Games Radar 5 days ago. Headline: Latest Dogman selling better than any other book in North America. Comics or not,
Yeah.
all the books.
For
It
the
has
week.
overtaken all of the books.
mm-hmm.
I flippin' love that. That makes me so happy. It has sold 236,000 copies in its first week of release, and we are some of those 236,000.
Now, here's something very important to remember. The book market is based off of sell-through. So it's not like the comics market where it says it sold 2,360
36.
800 minutes.
Don't you dare rent me. Don't you dare.
If it sold that many copies, that's comics sold to stores.
Yep. Which doesn't mean it's sold to a customer. It means it's sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Whereas the book scan market, the one that they're dealing off of, goes through sell-through in stores. So these are actual sales and not like wishful sales, which is what the comics industry numbers are based off of.
Wow. So basically you're saying is not only are comics a male power fantasy, the sales of comics is also a male power fantasy.
They're all based on an illusion. Lactose intolerant. You're lactose intolerant.
I did not. I was on the wrong one.
No one can hear because that one's such a whisper.
I know. I wanted this one. I should have changed it and I didn't. That's okay. So basically it's a repeat because the 9th book, Dogman Grime and Punishment, was also the #1 book in North America when it was released in September 2020.
Yeah. Let's yes and those numbers. So sales for the first 2 full weeks of this Dogman being out,
Yes.
411,000 copies in 2 weeks.
What?
The 2 previous volumes, this past week alone, I'm talking Cat Kid Comics and the one that you just talked about,
Grime and Punishment.
They both did over 20,000 in the last couple of weeks. They've been out, one of them for almost a year.
Yeah, still
Another
selling
one for
20K.
a few
Wow.
months, yeah. Over 20K. Yeah, the Cat Kid Comics one is selling a lot more than that. This is what the graphic novel market is.
Yeah, like that's pretty darn impressive.
That's a lot of single issues' entire print run in a week. That again doesn't sell through all the way to customers.
No.
And for a scant $4, American. Whereas a graphic novel, these past ones especially, I believe, are 15 Canadian each.
Yep. So you're getting more than 3 comics worth.
Yeah.
Basically.
So as a store, you kind of have to look at those economics. Kind of even on top of that, hey, we subscribed to Publishers Weekly magazine.
Heck yeah, we did.
A couple weeks ago. And so it's given us all of these nice, cool little nuggets. Yeah. And Andrew says that's every single issue print run with very few exceptions in this market. Yeah, absolutely.
It's true. Yeah.
It's what you hope to get to be sustainable I remember Vertigo back in the day, they were happy if a book was doing 9,000 on a regular
Wow.
basis.
And that's the cancellation these days. Basically, like I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
exact, but like the numbers have shifted where a smaller number now is just like that's a failure, but even in another point in time it was like a winner.
For Marvel and DC, that's kind of the threshold has creeped up basically. But for an independent comic, that's really good.
Yep.
Yeah,
but Vertigo, come on, it was under the DC umbrella.
Yeah.
We can't count it as independent. They had DC money back.
No, exactly, and the structure that they had to support it. But what they also did back then was realize that the graphic novel market for these Vertigo books was really robust, and if you kept a book going that was only kind of profitable in single issues, you got the content for graphic novels, which I think is what Penguin Random House is counting on. They realized that the graphic novel market is going bonkers right now. Speaking of the Publishers Weekly thing, reading the articles about sales, graphic novels for the adult market, first quarter, so January to March, from last year to this year, graphic novel sales just for the adult market are up 146%.
What?
Yeah, so more than double, like 2.5 times as much.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And only a bit of that includes sort of like a bigger shutdown. All the other areas, most of the other areas were up around 50% year to year, partly due to pandemic stuff, but something like that is wild. And then the only part that's still going down, travel books.
I mean, I'm not surprised after there's so many travel bans.
Indeed. Andrew says, a lot hinges on the company. 9K for a creator-owned image book is a completely different story for creators than 9K for management top-heavy companies like DC or Marvel. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It's based on the structure. I was comparing it time-wise.
Yeah.
So when Vertigo was early days, which I assumed that's what you were talking about, not like 3
mid.
years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever. You two talk numbers until the cows come home. I'm gonna sell comics. Bing, 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 bing.
Pow.
I'm just kidding.
I know last year, Justin Jordan was talking about the cost of printing a book, and he said for a company like Image, a single copy of a book printing just on the volumes that they do costs $0.25. So it's all the other costs that make up the amount. That's why when folks are like, well, the comic should be cheaper digitally, they're looking at those numbers and going like, yeah, but like to print this is just like, it costs us an extra $0.25. So we could, sell a $3.99 book for $3.75 and make the same amount of money? Seems weird. Now, they're not looking at it from a long standpoint. One of the reasons why the adult graphic novel market is so high right now is because Viz is actually killing it with their content. And the majority of that is more or less free online.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Legally through them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like if you let someone have a taste of something, they will want it. If they find something they like enough, they will want its presence in their home, which is why we are pro-library, we're pro-digital. We are obviously not pro-random downloading because you're still kind of a dick, but we understand that it exists, and
understand that everyone has different circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you go to a library and you get a graphic novel, just go to, try volume 1, see how you like it. And then you find us and you're like, I loved volume 1. Do you have volumes 2 through 9?
Yeah.
Like, that's great for us. It's great business. It's great for you because now you have this really nice long story to read.
Yeah, absolutely. I've worked around retailers who, when someone's like, yeah, I read at the library, would be like, ugh, why? Because they're upset that you didn't give them their money. And like, they weren't going to buy that book unless they tried it somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's a sale that never existed that you're upset about.
Yeah, libraries are great. I don't think anybody who doesn't like libraries is wrong.
No, I think they are. I was going to say they're communists, but no, that's not it.
No, that would be the opposite.
They're capitalists.
Yeah, communists love
Dirty
libraries. No, the only time it is appropriate to hate libraries is when it's a comedy based situation.
You're talking Parks and Rec?
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Because it was hilarious and very untrue, obviously.
Or like
but...
Night Vale?
Oh, yeah.
The librarians?
I forgot. Oh, right. Because they were like evil. See, that's funny. Like, don't actually hate on your librarian in real life because most, if not all, librarians are like super cool and really, really smart.
Yeah. The only ones that aren't are the ones that don't understand graphic novels. We had a one of those in the store at one time, just very loudly being like, well, the kids don't actually read when they're getting a graphic novel. And it's like, again, you're seeing a kid that wouldn't read at all who is actually reading something.
Later, Andrew. Go sell some comics.
The Andrews
Go be
are
a
taking
star.
they're taken out.
When they don't. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's the library's great. One, when you go to the library, it supports your community because they get kind of the government money by how many books are going out.
Mhm.
So the more you go to a library, the longer the library will be there. And then when you want to turn around and buy, like say that you've read all the paperbacks of something like Saga, but you're like, wow, those hardcovers are wild awesome. The library doesn't have those to borrow, but you want to own them. You come to us and we say, heck yeah, we got Saga hardcovers. And then everyone wins. It's great.
Yeah, it's good times. And folks are wild for hating on it.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more thing to share. I'm gonna screen share this sumbitch.
Sorry.
Gonna share a screen.
I'm sniffy today. Oh, hey.
So Matt Kint went and sold
Oh.
a mind management comic that he had done after the fact as an NFT. Not good.
Okay.
I don't like that stuff. However, he was like, it's the only way this is going to be released. So it's up to the person who buys it if they want to share it. Well, guess what?
They did?
Yeah, they sure did. You can read this whole gosh darn thing if you want to. If you Mind Management is a super surreal spy series that deals with a lot of perception and reality and does kind of go with NFT thinking in some ways, not to like say it's a good thing, but just sort of like weird crypto stuff. Anyways, as the tagline says, so fungible.
Oh, God. Also, the word fungible is, I feel the way about the word fungible as some people feel about moist.
Indeed.
It's just an icky sounding word.
Yeah. So things to know about NFTs. It's a huge drain on the environment.
Yep.
You can, I'll share this link actually to everybody for the Mind Management comic. Post all mind.
MGMT. Yeah. Minge.
Like the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's send that link out to everybody.
Linkaroo.
Pow, 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 pow. It went everywhere. Hooray.
It did, yes.
So you can read it there. As they said in here at the time of the auction, Kint said that the winner of the comic could do whatever they wanted with it, whether it's keeping it for themselves or sharing it with the world. Well, yesterday afternoon when this was posted, basically, the Beat received an email with the comic attached.
Wow.
And since sharing is caring, here it is. So it's the whole gosh ding dangity thing. We're going down to the bottom here. Because it's long. It's a full-on comic that you can read for free. But as it says here, the comic was sent as one long vertical file because it's one file for the NFT to be attached to, yes?
Oh, yeah.
So we've broken it down to make it a little more digestible, though it can still be read vertically as originally intended, and you can also actually view the whole comic as one file on the person's gallery/wallet. So there's a place where you can go and buy these things, and people were like, ooh la la, look at your gallery.
Oh my God.
You own this.
Okay, this is the most obnoxious form of coffee table books I've ever heard in my life.
So even if we hadn't specifically been sent the comic, it would still be out there for anyone to look at it though it looks like the page has only a dozen or so views as of this writing. The best part is it's a completely fungible JPEG file, so you can reproduce it digitally to your heart's content. The auction had raised over $5,000. Matt Kint said that he donated all of the proceeds to, it was up in the top, I can't remember where, to offset environmental costs, but it might not actually offset all the environmental costs that it did to make this NFT token.
Nope.
So
that's what I don't like about it.
Womp womp.
Is you can offset 100% of the environmental costs if you don't do it at all.
Right. That was the thing that I was trying to think of the other day when it was like, hey, so basically, when people are like, all right, so I'm doing this NFT, but I'm going to give money to the environment. It's sort of like me walking up to you, giving you a health card, and then being like, so here's your health bennies. I'm just going to stab you real quick. Just right. And it'll be fine, though, because I gave you this token that will offset the damage. Because you don't have to pay for it now. I paid for it. Okay? All right. Happy stabbing.
Oh, my God.
Happy stabs giving. It's when I give stabs to people.
I am in incredible pain.
Yeah.
There it is. I pressed the right button.
Happy stabs giving to us all.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like. I don't think you're at fault for that, though. It was the prize that you got. So what can you do when someone's kind of giving you a thing? Any hoozle.
Yeah. No. We only shame people we don't know. Simone, we would never shame anybody we actually know. I'm not a good person. I'm just not cool with it. It's just any kind of damage on the environment right now is just kicking a dead horse because our environment is so broken.
Yeah. On that note, hey, what are we watching on Tubi this week?
Oh yeah. Heckin'.
You forgot it?
Well, no, I did. It's on your computer.
I believe. Is it though?
Is it?
It is.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
It's called My Blind Brother.
I picked it because of the cast.
Constantly overshadowed by his inspirational brother, a slacker, must compete for the love of the same woman in the ultimate challenge. It has Adam Scott, Nick Kroll, Jenny Slate, and Zoe Kazan. That's a dynamite lineup.
That's amazing. I don't even care if it's not good because it'll be funny at points.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
It's on Tubi, which means it is either really, really bad or just on there for some unknown reason. I forget which big company actually owns Tubi, but it's one of the bigger companies, and they just sort of like drop some of their stuff in there occasionally and just be like, here's this. Yep. Oh, it's gone now. Maybe go to this other place where we get money for it.
Mm-hmm. They've actually added a lot of bigger names that you'd actually recognize, which is nice.
I will watch Birdemic one day.
Was that the I'd have to Google it. I don't remember.
Birdemic. It's happening.
Oh, okay. He's doing all the Googles.
Shock and terror. Oh, there's
what?
Several movies. What? I think Birdemic, Shock and Terror is actually a newer one. I think it's part of a series. Oh no, wait, no, the sequel Birdemic 2: The Resurrection was released in 2013.
What? Okay, well, if that's on Tubi, maybe, probably.
Rod is a young software salesman living a successful life in Silicon Valley. He meets up with his old classmates, aspiring fashion model Nathalie.
Oh, Nathalie.
And begins dating her. Things go well for the couple. Rod would seem right, blah, blah. After consummating their relationship, they find that their town is under attack from eagles and vultures. The birds spit acid and explode into flames upon striking the ground.
What?
Having become mutated and toxic due to global warming. They must escape the motel by joining up an ex-Marine named Ramsey and his girlfriend Becky. As they leave town, they rescue two young children, Susan and Tony, whose parents have been killed by birds. Anyways, yeah, that sounds wild and something that we will absolutely watch if it's there.
Yeah, I feel like that's a spiritual successor to.
Oh, they've got a riff tracks of it. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool. It sounds terrible, and I love it.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody has actually read the comic series Animosity, the birds are pissed at us, and we deserve whatever we get.
Yeah. Animosity is a fun book.
It is, yeah.
The animals all wake up one day, basically.
I was getting there, but
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, totally. TLDR, the animals wake up, they gain sentience, and some of them are pissed. And it doesn't end well for the humans, and it
Yeah.
shouldn't, because we're terrible.
Yeah, just a batch of awareness. And then like some of the animals are like, hey, I understand, like you're trying to help, but you're dumb. And other ones are just like, all right, so maybe we just fucking destroy you. Heckin' destroy you.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. I was waiting for it.
I need the update, because there's an update to this software that actually has a swear button on it.
Oh, nice.
So we can actually go "Ba-doop."
I like it. I'm not like, would you do it on yourself? Because you know when you're going to swear? Because like I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. So it'd be like, beep.
Yeah.
Nice. Nicely done. Well, I want to see a weird bird movie, but today is not that day.
Let's say that's next week.
Yeah, I am going to watch a movie with my next husband, Adam Scott, in it. I know I
mean,
used to...
that's fair.
Well, what? I think he's great. And he's a lot like you, so really, like, I'm like settling for a copy rather than the original, so...
I'll accept it.
Yeah. Nah, I like Adam Scott. I think he's a great nerdy man.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else is a great nerdy man?
I was going to try and come up with a joke, but I couldn't do it.
It's you,
couldn't do it.
dummy.
Womp womp.
Anyway, I think we are petering out of topics.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hungry. I want to have a late lunch and get started on some movies.
Let's do that.
We also forgot to watch Winter Soldier and Falcon Boy on Friday. So
Yeah.
we're going to do that today.
Falcon Man and Winter Boy. So we're going to do that. All right, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.
Bye.